It's Christmas Day. I've been through 41 of these things. And the one thing I've noticed is it's really fun when you're a kid. You get up, Mum, Dad, Mum. You wake your poor parents up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, especially here in Australia when the sun's up by like 5 o'clock, so it's dawning by about 4:30. You wake your poor parents up and all they want to do is, get a day off, I can sleep in. No, you're not. You're not sleeping in, Mum and Dad. I want my prezzies. So everyone gets to the tree and Dad's trying to wipe the sleep from his eyes. Mum's making a cuppa and, trying to wake up. Finally, everyone gets together in the room. Yay, let's open our prezzies. You get under the tree. And the lights are still flashing from last night because you left them on Christmas Eve. And you open up your prezzies. And out you get your toy. And maybe you get 2 prezzies. Maybe you get 2 toys or 2 things. And they're the coolest things ever. They're the coolest things ever. Because they're prezzies. You got given these prezzies, right? And as a kid, there's nothing cooler than being given as prezzies. Then you get older. Maybe you have kids of your own. And then the opposite happens. You see, then it's your turn. Now, because as tired as you are at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning when your little scamps come running in, Mum, Dad, or Mum, or whatever the fuck, however your family's fucking organised, I don't know. We want our prezzies, and you then understand what your parents went through, right? Oh, yeah, okay, kids, and you stumble out with the Christmas tree, and maybe you make the coffee, maybe, your partner makes coffee, if you've got a partner, whatever it is. And then you sit there, and then the kids get out their prezzies, and they open them up. And you see the joy on their faces. It doesn't matter what the prezzie is. You see the joy on their faces. You see the wonderment of this new thing. I asked Santa for this. And here's the beauty of Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people poo-poo the idea, and I do too. But there's something about the gift doesn't come from you. You know it does. Of course you know it comes from you. But the kids feel so special because this other person who isn't part of anything to do with them has given them a prezzie. Flown all the way from the Arctic Circle. Although most of them don't understand the Arctic Circle. But even after you've told kids that Santa ain't real, spoilers, you give them the present and they just smile and they're so happy. So happy. There's a lesson to be learned in this, ladies and gentlemen. When you're a kid, you get taught to take a prezzie. But as an adult, as a parent, you get taught to give that prezzie. And the act of giving that present and the smile on those kids' faces is worth far more than the Transformers I used to get as a kid or the bikes or whatever, because I'm able to give back to the next generation like my parents gave to me. This is a wonderful thing. This is what giving is all about with Christmas. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who can't afford to give much. And I know there's a lot of people out there who can't afford to give much, who rack up enormous debt to give their kids what they want. And I can understand why you'd want to as a parent myself. There's been times I've been on the bones of my ass and I haven't been able to give my kids what I think that they deserve. But it's not about deserving. It's about showing them you love them. Because that's really the spirit of Christmas. You can talk about Jesus and that's fine too, because according to Christian mythology, if you are a Christian, you get this, and if you're not a Christian, you still get this, even if you don't want to acknowledge it. It was all about a dude giving his life for everybody else to live. Now, once again, whether or not you believe in the spiritual religious context, fine. But that's what Christmas is about. Giving. Giving to your kids. Giving to your family. Giving to each other. Having a Christmas dinner. Everybody brings something that they've made and gives the gift of food for that table. Gives the time it took to cook or prepare those meals. That's what this time of year is actually about to me. It's giving. And if we, instead of just focused on that in one day of the year, and I'm just as guilty as everybody else on this too. If we focused upon giving more of ourselves, of our time, if we can afford it, and somebody needs a screwdriver, buy them a set. These are the things that we need to concentrate on, because you can't look at the government to do it for people. It's up to us. The government doesn't buy my kids Christmas presents. I do, or my partner does. The government doesn't know what your kids want. It's about time we started taking the spirit of Christmas, the giving, the civic duty of giving, and we started applying that 365 days a year. We would be a lot happier as a society and as communities and as townsfolk and whatnot. Because that, my friends, is ultimately the point of Christmas, is the giving. I'm Nathan Gooks Fletcher. This is my Drunk Philosophy. Have a fantastic Christmas, everyone out there. Be good, be well, don't be evil, and I'll see you guys later on. Happy Christmas, everyone.